It's time for the World Endurance Championship to return to a special track, the Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps. This circuit will play host to the third round of the season, and it surely will be incredible. This is a race preview detailing everything you need to know about the upcoming 2024 edition of the 6 Hours of Spa. The WEC's event here at Spa marks the first time that the championship has gone to a track they've already been to, as the previous two tracks of Losail and Imola have never appeared on the WEC calendar prior to this year. Speaking of Imola, the last event in the WEC was at that track. The 6 Hours of Imola was fantastic and didn't disappoint. It's even regarded as one of the best races in this new era of the WEC. Across both Hypercar and LMGT3, we got an amazing race, and if you did miss out on the event, I'll put a link to my race review in the description and in the top right corner. First off, let's take a look at the entry list heading in to this 6-hour endurance race. In terms of the cars competing, there won't be any change compared to the previous two rounds, with 19 entries in the Hypercar class and 18 in the LMGT3 class. This entry list leaves us with a total of 37 cars on the grid for this event. While there are not any grid changes from the 2024 rounds, there are some changes to the Spa grid compared to last year's race in 2023. Last year, the LMP2 cars were on the grid as well as GTE entries. The GT cars this year are completely different because, of course, of the new category LMGT3. As for the Hypercar class, even though there's a record-breaking grid size of 19 entries out on track, 3 of the cars that participated last year will not be here. These 3 entries include the number 708 Glickenhaus and the number 4 Vanwall. Both of those manufacturers are no longer on the grid in the WEC. And then of course there's the number 3 Cadillac from Chip Ganassi Racing. Unlike last year, the number 3 Cadillac will not be on the grid. However, it will make an appearance at the 24 Hours of Le Mans later this year. The number 3 Cadillac won't be here at Spa, considering there's a calendar clash with the IMSA Motocorse de Monterrey event at Laguna Seca, and the drivers and team that run the number 3 Cadillac are busy over in IMSA running the 01 Cadillac. Speaking of calendar clashes, Formula E's Berlin E-Prix takes place on the same weekend, meaning that a lot of the drivers in the WEC will not be able to participate in the Spa event because of the Formula E race. The affected Hypercar drivers from this clash include Eduardo Mortara from Lamborghini Iron Lynx, Norman Nato from Hertz Team Jota, Jean-Eric Verne from Peugeot Sport, and Stoffel van Dorn from Peugeot Sport. This clash is especially not good news for Stoffel van Dorn, as he would be racing in his home country of Belgium. Mortara will be the only driver in Hypercar with a replacement. The number 63 Lamborghini's third driver will be Andrea Caldarelli, who already races the SC63 in IMSA's GTP class. In LMGT3, the 78 Lexus lineup has also been altered because of this calendar clash. Regular full-time driver Kelvin van der Linde is racing in the Formula E event in Berlin as Nico Mueller's replacement. Kelvin's replacement in the Lexus will be Ritmo Mayata, a current reserve driver for Toyota Gazoo Racing and a champion in Super GT. It's also worth pointing out that Dorian Pin will not be in the Iron Dames Lamborghini at Spa. She will make her return at the 24 Hours of Le Mans though. This means that in the 85 car alongside Michelle Gadding and Sarah Bovey will be ELMS co-driver Rahel Frey, who will also return to drive the 85 car in future events. Now, it's imperative that I mention that the WEC's 6 Hours of Spa takes place on a legendary track. The Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps is considered to be one of the best and most famous tracks across the entire world. The track is located near Stavelot in the country of Belgium, and it was opened to the public in August of 1921 and is currently FIA Grade 1. Over the years, it's gone through many changes, but currently it has 19 turns that make up the 7-kilometer track. That's 4.3 miles for those using that system. The circuit wraps through the beautiful countryside of Stavelot, Belgium, and the track has many great corners. The most famous is the complex of Arouge and Radion, which goes in between turn 3 and turn 5. What makes this set of corners so interesting is the elevation change. From Erouge to Radion, the difference is about 100 feet, going up the hill towards the Kemmel Strait. Besides the 6-hour WEC event, this circuit also plays host to other events across motorsport. This includes the 4 Hours of Spa, which is an event in the European Le Mans Series, and the 24 Hours of Spa, which is a GT-only endurance race lasting 24 hours in the Intercontinental GT Challenge. Arguably, the most famous event held at this track is the Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix, which made its F1 debut in the inaugural season of the championship in 1950, when Juan Manuel Fangio took victory in an Alfa Romeo. To this day, the Belgian Grand Prix is still on the calendar, and it remains an iconic venue in the world of Formula 1. But when it comes to the 6 Hours of Spa though, this event in 2024 will not be the first one. Spa's endurance race has existed even before the creation of the modern World Endurance Championship, having been established in 1953. The first event in the revived WEC was in 2012. The winner was the number 3 Audi R18 Ultra. Actually, the result of that race was quite interesting, because for the first and only time so far in the modern World Endurance Championship, a manufacturer has finished overall in positions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, coming into the 2024 6 Hours of Spa, one factor that could change things is the BOP, otherwise known as the balance of performance. In the hypercar class, on the power side of things, Isotta Fraschini has been given the most power, but Ferrari has been given the least. Ferrari, Porsche, and Peugeot don't have a lot of power compared to the likes of Isotta Fraschini and Cadillac, for example. On the weight side of things, compared to Imola, Cadillac continues to have the lightest car, with Peugeot continuing to have the heaviest. It's also worth noting that Ferrari's 499P has gained weight, so I would expect those hypercars to be heavier than what they were in Imola. Also, while we're on the topic of hypercar BOP, I want to mention that in LMGT3, the Aston Martin Vantage has been negatively affected when it comes to the weight. The car has gained around 46 pounds, which is the equivalent to around 21 kilograms for those using that system. Now that the Aston Martin is heavier here at Spa, I'm interested to see where those entries will compare against the rest of the LMGT3 field, considering that they were very quick in the first 2 rounds of Qatar and Imola. Let's now take a look at the championship standings heading out of Imola and into this Belgian event. In hypercar, it's still the number 6 Porsche Penske at the top of the standings. They have a healthy gap to the number 7 Toyota, which has moved into second after their win in Imola. The number 5 Porsche Penske remains in third. In LMGT3, it's the number 92 Manthey Pure Racing Porsche at the top, with the 31 WRT BMW now into second after their historic win in Imola. Meanwhile, the number 27 Heart of Racing Aston Martin remains in third. So let me tell you about the event schedule now. When does this race actually take place, and how are you supposed to watch it in 2024? First up, there's the qualifying and hyperpole sessions taking place on Friday, May 10th. The sessions will begin at 2:45 p.m. and go until around 4:05 p.m. local time. By the way, the time zone that the track is in is the Central European time zone. As for the big race, that will take place the following day on Saturday, May 11th. It will start at 1 p.m. and go 6 hours until 7 p.m. local time. The best way to watch this race is going to be on the official WEC app, but other places have other ways of streaming, such as HBO Max in the United States of America and Eurosport in the majority of Europe. And if watching live is not an option, don't worry, sometime after the WEC will post the broadcast to their official YouTube channel. I will also post a race review video later on, as well as a live stream discussing all that happened during the Spa event. So that completes my race review for the 2024 edition of the 6 Hours of Spa. Are you excited for round 3 in the WEC? And which manufacturer do you think will take overall victory at this iconic Belgian circuit? Well, as always, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, I suggest subscribing. The reason why is because I make endurance racing content mainly on WEC and IMSA every week. And if you want to watch more videos, there's options on your screen. But for now, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one.